You're not ready. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. This is an emergency.
Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. You should kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. You should kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. What's up, shorty? Excuse my grammar. Can't help but notice you's a bad man, Gemma. If I take you home, I'ma drop that hammer. My swag got flash like a room full of cameras. Baby, you can be a trainer. Pop it, drop it, let me in. Haters hate it when winners win. So pop that booty in. Do it again. And I love how you make those haters mad. Built like a stallion and she so bad. Ugly chicks, they gon' feel sad, cause she got something that they wish they had. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. You so dope, you can be a model. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Booty so big, it can hold a bottle. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Pop it, drop it, watch it roll. Watch it roll. Watch it roll.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all.
This is an emergency.
Kill it all. Kill it all. Kill it all. Yeah.
Man, what is going on, you guys, man? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Nashville Caveman Podcast. I am your host, Damo Unleashed, and I am here with a good friend of mine, Sky Black, man. Go ahead and just let them know what's going on with you.
Man, right now I'm trying to tell everybody that we're doing the podcast. Man, how's everybody doing, man? This is amazing. Another Tuesday that God has woke us up, and another week that we're able to do this. Because last Tuesday, something went crazy. I don't know if it was Spectrum, the internet, Mother Nature. Something went wrong last Tuesday. But hey, that's what life is about, right? So I'm glad everybody's here. You know, for those of y'all who don't know, you know, I'm a pro wrestler. I won my 8th title a couple of weeks ago. I'm a music publisher, you know, as he has at the bottom of the screen. Tonight, Off Top Radio, and we have new music tonight. Finally, you know, I had to get the social media from some people, but we have new music tonight from Latanya's artist, J Money, and who was that other guy I told you to send me all those songs? Ice J.
Oh, Ice J Blood. That's the artist.
Ice J Blood. So y'all tune into that. Yeah, we got new music from them three at offtopradio.com. That's on the D Bling radio show. And then if you want to stream it and listen to it again at your own convenience, go to offtoprecords.net. That is offtoprecords.net and stream it like iTunes and things like that. And then don't forget, one of these weeknights, we'll do the CEO Cartel. You know, it's my podcast that I do at night for insomnia people who can't sleep like me. And so, you know, hey, it is what it is. Shouts out to Christy Cobb. Hello, Christy. How are you?
Man, you know what? I want to ask you, because just got underway. You know, we have been talking about the NFL. So the Super Bowl playoffs can pass. The Super Bowl can pass. But what do you think about this free agency, man? Saquon Barkley going to the Eagles. Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons.
Again, it's a business. The only one I see people are really upset is the Saquon Barkley, and so he's been there 4 years, 5 years, I guess. I don't know how long. One of the seasons he didn't play because he got injured, and so they was talking about rebuilding anyway. They was talking about a couple of years ago trying to trade Saquon Barkley anyway. When they had Daniel Dimes, when they had what was the name, Danny something, but they called him Daniel. Yeah, Daniel Jones. So they was talking about getting rid of them anyway, right? So if the Giants would have traded Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, it'd have been all right. But since he left on his own to go to the Eagles, now it's an issue. Do you see what I'm saying? So I kind of don't pay that little no attention because you had people. You had Brett Favre. He left Green Bay.
Right.
He went to the Jets first, then went to Minnesota. You had Richard Sherman, who left Seattle, went to San Francisco, the rival. So you had people do that all the time. So I don't know what they're getting all upset
And
about.
what did they expect? I mean, man, they didn't pay. They had the rights to Saquon Barkley. They could have franchise tagged him. If they would have tagged him, he would have been there. They didn't think that he was worth the money that he was asking for. What did they expect Saquon to do? And then Tiki Barber, did you see what he said? Talk about you dead to me and all that?
Yeah, you did. What is he talking about? Tiki Barber was the same one that said that Eli Manning would never win a Super Bowl, and he ended up winning 2.
Yeah.
Because Tiki Barber left. You remember he used to play for the Giants, right? So he left. Rondé played for the Bucks, but Tiki played for the Giants as the running back. So remember he left. He got on.
And the next year they won the Super Bowl. If you remember, the next year,
a couple of years later, either the next year, because he got on CBS and NBC. You know, he was an analyst talking about Eli ain't that good. He'll never take us to a Super Bowl. This is why I went ahead and retired. So I don't listen to what he's saying, man. He's a homeboy.
I can't understand why people get upset about people making financial decisions to help their family. Like if you really sincerely want to see somebody do well, right? The one thing you're gonna that's just like, how would it look if you said, "Dang man, I love the podcast show, but I'm moving on." Somebody came to me with a deal worth more money than I'd ever seen, and as much as I love this podcast, I had to take this deal. What would it look like if I'm upset at you for taking the opportunity to benefit you and your family? What kind of friend or associate would I be?
Well, there's some out there like that, man, and you don't know until you get blessed, right? I used to tell everybody in the music industry, we all friends because right now we're all in the same tax bracket.
Right.
Once that money starts coming in, and we all in different tax brackets, then you see who your real friends are. You know, and that's crazy. It was like the Saint Lunatics, right? I forgot who they signed with at first, right? But when the guy said, right now, we only want Nelly. We don't want y'all. And one guy was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, Nelly get in, he'll open the doors. But the other ones were hating. They was like, why? I've done this, I wrote, I did. So that's how it is. Until somebody gets into a different tax bracket, you never know who your real friends are.
Man, you said it. And it was a whole different vibe with Eminem. With Eminem, when he made it, he got everybody else through the door after he established himself.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's crazy, man, that people had that kind of outlook, that Tiki Barber took that stance. I was in shock. But then again, I'm not. It's Tiki Barber. What else do you expect? You know what I'm saying? What about Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh and you guys, they getting him for basically Dollar Tree price. And then y'all got to pay, you know what I'm saying, Louis Vuitton price. And he not even with y'all.
He is, I don't even know what to say about this situation because they thought they got what they wanted out of him when they got him, 3 years ago? You know what I'm saying? They paid him all this money. And to me, I don't care how good a quarterback is. You can't pay nobody in this day's market all this money. Because once you give him all this money, you don't have enough to do anything else. You don't have enough to build an offensive line. You don't have enough for receivers, a defense. So now, I don't know whose decision that was to make them think that he was worth all that money. Do you see what I'm saying? So now, you wasted time, you wasted money, right? Now, he's going to go to Pittsburgh and probably just play a little bit better than he played at Denver. And then we got to bring in a quarterback who Sean Payton is going to think that could be the next Drew Brees.
Right.
So it's all just crazy. It is. But so David,
what do you think about? Do you think he can help them get to a Super Bowl? Do you think he have that left in him?
I think the problem with Pittsburgh is this: what I call the Muhammad Ali syndrome is gone. With Muhammad Ali, he beat you before he even hit you.
Yeah.
Right? Muhammad Ali got into your head. And before you even got into the ring, you lost. Before the bell even rang. So with Pittsburgh, it was always their defense. You would be scared of the Pittsburgh defense, the terrible towels. So no matter who they put as quarterback, if the defense is not going to live up to the Steelers' legacy, I think they're still just a 500 team.
I think so too. And I think that Russell Wilson, he's going to win them some games, but I think he's going to lose them some games also. So personally, I don't think at most, I think they could get one, out of them, one playoff win, depending on the matchup, if that.
Depending on the matchup, yeah. Because I do believe they can probably make the playoff. I do. I'm not going to lie. But are they good enough to beat the Bills, the Dolphins, and the king of the city, the Kansas City Chiefs? Are they good enough to beat them? And I don't think the defense is good enough to stop Josh Allen and all them folks. I just don't. And again, when people ask me who I think is going to do it, I think Kansas City will be the first team in Super Bowl era history. Because before the Super Bowl, they were just world championships. So there were teams that won 2, 3, 4 in a row world championships back then. But in the Super Bowl era, I think Kansas City will be the first to do to 3.
I agree. You have sold me. You have absolutely sold me on Kansas City. You can't even doubt Patrick Mahomes no more because he had no receiving core. And if there was any year in which we thought he was going to be vulnerable, it was this year. This was the year we thought, if there was any, with Tyreek Hill being gone, everybody knew that the ball would go to Kelsey so you could double him and take him out. And Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes. He still did what he do.
And that's it. They don't know what to do with that guy.
Right.
It's that guy on 4th and 2 who will pick up those 2 yards and extend the drive. Then your defense gets tired. I mean, that's what it is. In the 4th quarter, the defense gets tired. Then there's no more pass rush. Then it's over. Because hell, I could throw for 300 yards if there's no pass rush. Trust me. If you ain't getting in my face, I can throw for 300 yards. And so if you're not getting in Patrick Mahomes' face in the 4th quarter because you're tired, the game's over.
You got it, man. Man, y'all gonna have to give me a minute. I've been on here my one laptop is going kaput, so I don't know what's going on with it. But I know I wanted to get to this, the topics of the day, right? So there was this story I came across in which this man and this woman, they took a break, and during the break, she got pregnant by another dude, right? Now, this wasn't a dude that it was anything serious with, right? It wasn't like this was a dude she was dating. This was just somebody that she was just chilling one day with, inebriated, and then slept with him and voila, was pregnant, right? So the dude, of course, now that there's a baby in the picture, you would guess that he don't want anything to really do with the relationship. He's like, you done went and you done got pregnant by this dude, and we could have worked this out if a baby wasn't involved. It's one thing if you had messed with the dude during our break, fine. But you got impregnated by him. That was a choice. You chose not to wear protection. Or make him wear protection. He chose not to wear. Y'all did what y'all did, and here's the result. I don't want to raise another man's kid. I want my own family. So we're going to talk about, was he right in that decision? Was he wrong? And, will we have handled that any different?
What was his decision?
He left. He didn't want to step.
He left. Okay, he left.
Yeah, he didn't want to step.
All right. So,
and he was like, I love you, but this is a hurdle that I don't think that I can jump over.
Right. Well, first out, David Lackey, you're right. It is flag football now. You're absolutely correct. But as far as what you're saying, Damon, what he is breaking down into two things. One, let's just say there was no baby involved, nothing, right? If a woman cheats on you, most likely you're gonna walk away anyway, depending on who you are. So that's strike number one, that she even slept with somebody else, even though they was on a break, that she even slept with somebody else. Right. Okay, two, now here's the story. If it was me, the reason I asked you off camera how long, because let's be honest, you're human. Oh, yeah. If we took a break for a year, there's no way I expect nobody who has a healthy sex drive to go a whole year without sex. Come on. I mean, some people can, but the average person just cannot, right? So if we've been on a break for a year and you out here having sex with somebody else and get pregnant, I might be like, you know what? It is what it is. If we get back together, and then you're a package deal. But if it's a few months, then no, you got to go. I don't care if there's a baby.
You're a better man than me, Sky. You are a better man than me, because let me tell y'all, I don't care if you having sex, right? We adults. If we on the break, you having sex, fine. That really should be expected. Nobody expects you to just go in abstinence for a whole year. Where I would have a problem with is that you have unprotected sex, because this goes back to what I've been talking about for the last few weeks. Some of y'all, man, easily make the decision to not wear protection. It ain't even just about you getting pregnant or not. I'm worried about you with an STD. Like, do you care enough about yourself? No. You know what I'm saying? When you say, I'm going to protect my health. This ain't about just me getting pregnant by somebody who may or may not commit to this child. No. This is about my health. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what decision or at what point did I determine that you deserve to have unprotected sex with me? That I should give my body to you, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Right. And that's what I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with me, if once you get pregnant, that should be the first thing that you talk about. Before, even as we begin to maybe even have a conversation of getting back together, right, that should come up. Right. That should come up right away. It should not be we talking for a week and then you say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm pregnant. I got pregnant while we were on break.
I depending on the timing, and like you said, you bringing back a baby, and you could be bringing back STDs, because with a baby, I know it was unprotected, right? If you're not pregnant, then I don't know if it was unprotected or not. I have to guess, but with a baby, I know. Right. So then you bring back a child, then you bring probably back some type of disease, and you couldn't wait 2 or 3 months while we was on break. That means you didn't want to be in this relationship at all. You was ready to leave the relationship. Then you was ready to go. You know, but if it's been a year, then I'm like, yeah, come on. I can't expect you to not do something in a whole year.
Right. Because you know, and I want y'all to understand me. I'm not saying that I wouldn't expect a woman not to do something. That comes with the territory. But what I would expect for her is to be responsible enough to say, if this is not a man I can see myself dealing with for the next 18 years, then he got to put on the condom. If he ain't gonna put on no condom, then he just ain't getting none of this booty. He ain't getting none of this buttered bread. He ain't getting these buns, these church's chicken buns. You know the biscuit. Right. He ain't gonna get this church's chicken biscuit. You know the kind soaked up in that butter. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get the dry biscuit. Right. He ain't getting this buttered biscuit. He want this butter biscuit. He got to put a ring on it or something.
I agree 100%. But yeah, I kind of wouldn't. And even if it was a year, depending on my situation, did I move on to another girl? Am I doing something else with my life? Yeah. I still might not take it back, because I don't even know why we took a break to begin with. See, that even factors in too.
That's the other part, Sky. I think a lot of be taking breaks so they can screw with somebody else, then come back to say, well, I didn't cheat because we weren't together. You know what I'm saying? I think the breaks, man, fellas. Them breaks, man, is an excuse for them to get with somebody else. I'm telling you, Them breaks is for them to get with somebody else and come back to you and say, "Well, yeah, we worked together." Because you always hear that. You always hear that. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you right. You is right. Yeah, we've been broken up for a week, so I slept with somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, damn, just for a week.
Yeah.
Oh, where I come from, yeah, I've heard that many times.
Hell yeah, man.
But we weren't together for that week.
Man.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Because I'm going to tell you, during that break, if I know that there's a minute chance that me and that person could get back together, guess one thing I'm not going to do? Get somebody pregnant. They got to swallow these kids. You know what I'm saying? You have to take a shot to your eye socket or something. You ain't getting it.
Yeah, I get it.
You know?
I absolutely get it. I mean, me, I wouldn't even, if I was serious, I'm like, this is going to work out, I ain't even entertaining it, man. I don't even want to go there, because even if you skip the STDs and you skip the pregnancy, you still got the third thing, and that's feeling.
Yeah.
So you on a break with the woman, and then you go have sex with somebody else, and she catches feelings. Now all of a sudden, here we go, Fatal Attraction. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Oh, hell yeah, I did.
Yeah, so now you coming up and then cooking rabbits in your damn pot in the stove, you know. So yeah, and then your gal A is like, "What's going on?" You're like, "I don't know what she doing," you know what I'm saying? You know, so yeah. I won't even think.
Man,
yeah.
You know what? You made me think about a comment that I made to somebody, and actually I posted this post. I was like, you know what I've learned, Sky? If you take sex out of the relationship, you really understand what kind of bond you got with that other person. You want to know what kind of bond you got with a person? Take sex totally out. Take it out. And you know, and then see if you really like her. See if you really get along with this her. See if y'all can sit around each other and have a communication. Can you be with her without any physical affection? And if the answer is no, you are with the wrong person. Fellas, you with the wrong woman. If you cannot be around them and get along with them without any sexual anything being involved.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that, and vice versa too. If the relationship is just about sex, then yeah, it ain't gonna last too long. You know, it ain't. Because eventually somebody's gonna get bored and want to move on, you know?
Yeah, because eventually, and here's the important part. Here's the important part of it, right? Because when you meet somebody, most people be thinking about this. They think about what they're attracted to right then and there. What's right in front of them, right? Mm-hmm. Oh man, right. From a female's perspective. Oh man, he was hitting me with that D. I had that D on D, that dick on demand, and he was hitting me with that, and it was great, and he made me feel good. But what happens when he get in a car accident and he can't no longer use that? Or what happened if he's making $150,000 and then all of a sudden he has an accident happen and he loses it all? Or, he gets in a car wreck and he's on fire, he's burned up now. He's not the same guy that you fell in love with. Could you love him then? And if the answer is no, what are we doing?
That's right. Everybody nowadays is just friends with benefits. That's it. So that way there's no feelings attached and everybody gets what they want. But sometimes with women, even though they tell you there's no feelings attached, there's always feelings attached. Most women, when they have sex, there's always some feelings. Men, we can just walk away like a business transaction. Right. But most women, not all, because there are some prostitutes out here that make
a whole lot of
just. But most of them will, if they open their legs to you, even if it's a one-night stand, there was some type of attraction and feelings there, at least for that moment. How about that?
Because a woman that move in that direction and don't operate off of her feelings is a man.
Yep.
That's what they are. They're a man. Because a man, you know what I'm saying, can be in love with a woman, sleep with another woman, and the reason why he slept with that woman had nothing to do with his emotions. It was just taking care of. He was feeding his appetite. So women, the women that's out here feeding their appetite, they moving like a man. We just gonna call it how it is.
Just get those rocks out and go on back to business. Yep. So yeah, I agree with the guy wholeheartedly. I mean, you know, if he decided he didn't want to be with her because she went out and got pregnant by somebody else, move on. Yeah, because now between her and the new guy, the new baby daddy, they have a responsibility now in the child, and you don't want to be a third wheel in that situation.
Right. You sure don't, man. Yeah. Something else we gonna get to. I can't play these videos, so I guess I gotta tell y'all the backstories, right? So this one video I watched another subject came off of this. So the story was this young woman was on TikTok. I don't know if it's on my page, but she was on TikTok, and through her TikTok, from people that know her and her mom, people told her that her ex, which she already knew that her ex-boyfriend was dating her mom, right? But then she heard through the grapevine that they were getting married. And they eventually sent her an invite, which is an insult on top of an insult. And of course she didn't go, but she was devastated, right? So I want to talk about that. Man, ladies, y'all should be careful about if your mom is competing with you. And Sky, I know we've seen it. Mothers competing with their daughters for attention. If you know you got that kind of mom, don't bring your friends, don't bring your husband, your boyfriend, anybody around your mom. And if you do, make sure you don't leave the room. Don't leave them one-on-one in the room. You know what I'm saying, first and foremost. Second of all, God, let me ask you a question. Isn't that like sleeping with, I mean, the mama, that's like sleeping with your daughter. Because that man been in your daughter and now he and you, ain't that like sleeping? To me, that's what that's like. That'd be like, man, if I slept with one of my daddy's women, that'd almost be like I done slept with my dad. Like his balls been here.
I don't even know what to say about some of it because, you know, most women of a certain age wouldn't date that young because it'd be like dating their son, right? Yeah. If this is close to the same age as a daughter. Hey, Jasmine. But it just goes to show you, one, what is the mind frame of the mama? Are you so lazy that you can't go find your own man? Or are you just so trifling that you was jealous of your daughter because she was able to get a better looking man than you? Or was you jealous because she had a man and you didn't? Like, what made you want to wait until your daughter broke up with this man, this young man, and then you get with him and marry him? What did he say? Did he say he didn't like your daughter? Did he say your daughter was trash in bed? Did he say you were better looking than your daughter? Like, what could this man have said to you to where you got with him out of all the men in the world? You got with that one. Ain't going to marry that one. That's that. I don't know what's going on up here.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on from his perspective. Because
with the girl, because the guy, think about it, Demo, the guy has went from being the son-in-law to the stepdaddy. What a promotion that is.
Man, that is a horrible promotion, let me tell you. This girl, at the video on my page, she's a nice looking woman, first and foremost. I need to know what that mama did. She must have took them teeth out and put some gums on him that he ain't never had before. She must have gummed the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't see. I can't see myself dating somebody 20 years old. I can't, man. I can't. To each their own, man. If that's what y'all like, that's what y'all like. You know what I'm saying? But I can't imagine being 30 with somebody 50. and then knowing that I'm gonna be 50 and they gonna be 70. Now I might be a good, healthy 50. They 70 might be good too, but it ain't gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, by that time they 70, they titty gonna be down in their sock. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hanging that kind of low. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I'm trying to find it on your page.
Man, I might tag you in this right quick.
I made a
Because if
mistake.
it's possible,
His girlfriend got pregnant while they was taking a break. Okay, I see that one. The relationship while the girl got pregnant. But the mama,
I'm about to send you this one right now.
That is some old trailer park type stuff where you just sitting there waiting to prowl to pounce on this young man after he breaks up with your daughter.
That's nasty.
I don't know, man. Mentally, again, and where I come from, there were lazy women. They would sleep with their cousins' boyfriends, their sisters' boyfriends. They would sleep with the stepdaddy when he broke up with the mama because they were too lazy to want to go out and get on the chat line. Yes, people, we had chat lines back then. Chat lines to find a new dude where he's right there. I know everything about him because he's been in the household. I've been around him. So why go out and try to find another guy when I could just wait for this guy to become single and get on him?
Man, I don't get it, Sky.
It was just terrible. And I was like, then they wonder why they talk about the South. Then they wonder why they call us inbreds and all this old stuff because all of y'all is just.
I'm just sending it to you right now. I don't know if you got the to play this. But I would love to play this whole thing. I tried to hook this up. Hold on, let me see something.
FM radio, Bluetooth.
Hold on, let me see if I can add this to this Bluetooth. Because I want y'all to hear this. This shit is crazy. All right, so I'm searching this out my Bluetooth to see if I can play what's on my phone because for some reason, like I said, I gotta re-clean this other laptop. So I think I've got it.
Bluetooth connected.
Okay, so it's connected. So here we go. Let's see if I can play this. And let me turn the our stripper music off.
That everybody has seen of.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Let me go all the way to the bottom. All right.
Since this has already been posted on
Can y'all hear
Facebook, Instagram,
Yes.
and my Snapchat, I thought it was only fair to bring it to TikTok as well. Hello to all my mom's friends that like to stalk my TikTok and send her TikToks that I've made. You can definitely send her this one too. I just want to start off by saying that today has hit me like a rock. And my mom, has married my ex-boyfriend today. Excuse me.
Now look at her.
And I just want to thank everybody that has been supportive. Family, friends, random strangers.
Now she's not bad looking at all, is she?
No.
And I would just like to say that now I am completely no contact with her. She's blocked on everything. The only way she can communicate through me is through Cash App, which I send my insurance payments to her too. Other than that, no contact whatsoever. I know a lot of people don't know the situation, but basically, my mom started dating my ex in December of 2022. That's when she told me they were dating. They started dating in August of 2022, but it was kept a secret. And they just recently got married today. I wasn't called by her. I was called by a family member who told me. And after that, I laughed at the fact. Then I cried. And now I'm here. And right now, I don't know what to feel. I don't know how to react. I don't know what I'm supposed to do from here. But I know that this is God's plan.
I don't put that on God.
I'm sorry.
God's plan.
I've been through a lot, and this is just the tip of the iceberg that everybody has seen of what I went through. It's not a secret that they're dating. It's not a secret that they're married because she did post it on Facebook. And she said it was the most important day of her life. The best day of her life. But I just wanted to say that God's got me.
I don't know if he had you that day.
Hello.
I don't know if he had him that day. Let me just say this, man.
Jasmine, I'm good. How are you doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know if our relationship will be the same after that. I don't know if it'd be many holiday dinners, me showing up at, Christmas, gift exchange, or nothing like that. And some dudes out here, I'm gonna tell you, some dudes, ladies, they like if they can't have y'all, they gonna have the next thing closest to y'all. And that's what it is, man. They can't have you. They gonna have something close to you.
Well, you know how some folks are, family over everything, right?
Right.
So there's somebody in her family that's going to say, forgive your mama, because that's your mama. You only have one, right? And she's family. Remember, family you're supposed to forgive. So if she's married, the love of your life, just forgive her. Come to Thanksgiving dinner. Meet your new stepdad, your old boyfriend.
This is where and it made me ask this question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, man, whether it be Instagram or OnlyFans or Facebook or Bigo or TikTok, if you seen your mom in a provocative state, meaning that she had a habit of putting raunchy photos online, or she got a video that's, amateur little porn thing on the internet, would you be comfortable inviting your friends over to your house to meet your mom or your significant other?
No. And for me, absolutely not. But again, it goes back to family over everything, right? Yeah, your mom out here on OnlyFans and doing this and showing that and showing that. But yet, she's still your mom. You only got one. She's family. So when we're having this conversation, it's those people that's going to be like, no matter what your mama does, whether she has an OnlyFans page or she marries the love of your life, you have to forgive her and move on. People like me, I don't look at it that way. Right. You're human, I'm human. We don't see the same. We ain't walking down the same path. I'll holler. If I see you out on the streets, I'll wave, but I'm going to stay on this side of the street. You stay on that side of the street, and the two will never have to meet.
Right.
That's how I feel.
I'm the same way. Because I'm sorry, man. I don't want to be playing football, and then my friends talk about, oh, man, they don't mean you no disrespect. But the way your mama handled that pickle, the way she slid down that pole, the way she just juggled that cantaloupe with her mouth, you know what I'm saying? And took that whole bushel of grapes like that, man, it really was interesting. I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
And you know they're going to talk to you about it, too.
You know they're going to talk. Hell yeah. And then, they like, hi, Mrs. Chandler. You like, why you say it like that?
Yeah,
talk about hi, Mrs. Chandler.
Like, hey, Super Bowl party with Damo house every year,
Man.
He has the best house. Yes, he does. And the best view for what I want to see. Yep. That's what they're going to say.
They know you're on punishment, and they trying to find excuses to come over to your house to see if you can come outside and play. No, your ass on punishment. Talk about should Damo come out and play? Man, well, he can't come out right now. Would you like some milk and cookies? Would you like to come in for some milk and cookies? Sure. Hoping something go down.
Ain't that crazy?
Man.
Knowing you going over your dad's house and they knocking on the door. Hey, such and such here. No, he's over
Hell
there.
yeah.
Oh, well, I left something upstairs in the room last time we played Nintendo. Can I go up and get it? Sure, okay. That's all they do. Just get in the house. That's it. Mm-hmm.
August Alsina, man, he was friends with Jada Pinkett Smith's son. What's her son's name? Jada Smith.
Yeah.
So you know that when he introduced, that's why if somebody like that was my mom, you couldn't come to my house. I'll meet you at your house.
Yeah,
no,
right.
Sir, you can't come to my house. Because you know that the moment that you knew he knew who his mama was, first and foremost. Second of all, you knew he was looking at his mama in a sexual manner. Ladies, y'all know, if you know you got a nice built body, right? And you know this, you know. Now, if you built like the potato chip man, it don't matter. But some of your friends, some of your son's friends may hit it anyway. You could be the marshmallow man and they'll still hit it. That being said, you know if you really built like that, you know that when your son or your daughter bring somebody over, they're going to be looking at you in that manner. And they're going to be hoping they can be in a position where it can happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
We men, we know. You ever been in a situation you're like, oh man, I hope this go down.
Not with nobody's mom, no, but yeah.
No, but I'm talking about in general.
Yeah. In general, yes. But
yeah,
in
general. Because man, maybe some of us like none of my friends' mamas. I'm like, and most of them, I'm like, ooh, I understand why the daddy left. No, I'm just playing.
And we didn't have all the internet back then, so we didn't have that. So unless they physically have seen your mama, they would have never known what she did when we was at school.
Right.
But that is crazy because kids at school have these iPhones. Right. And then your mama, who's at home by herself, who's supposed to be cooking and cleaning, is doing online pornography.
Doing all this and playing this.
And it goes viral. Yeah, and it goes viral. And all your friends are sitting in class talking about, such and such mama's gone viral. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, the way she swallowed that whole cucumber and spit it back out.
Yeah. Then what are you supposed to do? And it goes back again to what I've been saying, Damo, up here. What are these women thinking about up here? What is going on? It's a lot of selfishness because you got kids in school. Why would you even do that?
I'm trying to imagine because I can't phantom my mama. This is if there's any woman on the planet that you will worship from day one, it's your mama.
Right.
Could you imagine you worship your mama like that and then you see her in that state? Could you imagine? I don't mean to gross y'all out, but I want y'all to think about this, right? Because you go on the site like OnlyFans, and a lot of them are in professions where nobody can see their face.
Right.
They want to do OnlyFans, but they got to do it with a mask on, so nobody knows what's them. So imagine, ladies, I'm going to put something in. I want y'all to think about this. Imagine you on OnlyFans. You got the mask on. You got the Catwoman suit, you know what I'm saying, with the zipper up on the vagina part. And you just getting real freaky on there, right? And here it is. You don't know that in a room or two over, your son got a laptop. You know what I'm saying? And he go on there. He working. He got his own little miniature credit card. That's his credit card. And he subscribed. You know what I'm saying? ID 2369-2 whatever. Right? So he come across your profile on there because he looking for nearby. Right? And then, Nashville? Oh, let me see. What is this? Right? And he's sitting there watching you. Now, he can't see the whole bedroom because you only got the camera focused on you. So he don't know. Maybe you got a background. So he don't see the room. And he in there beating his meat. And here it is. He looking at you. And you the one doing the video. Can y'all imagine that? Do y'all even think about stuff like that? That, man, he don't know his mama. You got a mask on. He can't see the details in your face. to know it's you. He ain't never seen you in a naked enough state to think, oh snap, she kind of built like my mama. Most people don't even think like that. You know what I'm saying? They just go on there trying to get their sweet meat juice off. You know what I mean? Trying to shoot up the ceiling and whatnot. You know, trying to spray something on the wall, decorate the wall. They don't know it's you. Could you imagine if your son, or what about your daughter's, her dream guy? You know what I'm saying? He see you on there, but he hadn't met you yet, or he hadn't met your daughter yet, or met you. So a couple months, ago or a year ago, he see you on there. He done got one up on you. Then you dating this girl, you meet this girl, you like, damn, this girl is a great girl. And she like, oh, he the man of my dreams. And then y'all date for about 6 months. I think you need to go ahead and I want to introduce you to my parents. He like, oh yeah, I'm going to meet the parents. And then ding dong, and then man, she answered the door. Hello, Julie. And then you see her and you like, you just like, man,
flashbacks.
What the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's jacked up.
Yep. And it has happened. In this era, it has happened. Man, because the internet makes it so easy to get to stuff like that, man. It has happened.
It sure have. I'll be standing at that door like, you hear me?
It'll be like going to WrestleCon meeting your heroes, right?
Man, and then you sit there with a dumbass look on your face. You know what I'm saying? And then your old lady looking at you, looking all weird, and she like, you don't know how to answer. You don't want to tell her, man, I met your mom already. Well, where'd you meet your mom at? Man, she had this big old dildo sticking out her ear, and then she had this cucumber sticking out her nose, and I got aroused by it.
Yeah.
That's jacked up, man.
That is jacked up.
I'm so glad the internet.
Do you even have that conversation? I think for me, I would take it to the grave. If I really like this girl, I wouldn't have said nothing. I'd be like, nah, I've never met your mom, and I would have never said anything, because that would be the weirdest conversation I would have to have with a girl that I potentially going to marry, that I have been releasing myself to your mama 2-3 years ago before I even met you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that is weird. Because imagine she looked like Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then she like, you know what? She like, man, Scott, I need you to come and lift this big old box for me out of my closet. You know what I'm saying? Could you do that for me? You know what I'm saying? Man.
I'll be like, where's your dad at? Where's her husband? She better not be in here by herself, want me to lift this box. You know what I'm saying? No, go help my mom. She needs help. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had to do that before. I've been sent over people's mama's house, whether I was with the girl, we were just friends, because back then the mamas didn't know how to hook up. She wanted to hook up her VCR, DVD player, receiver to the TV. Yeah. And she didn't know how to use the RCA cords to do that. So literally, I did go to somebody's mama's house. It was just me and the mama, and I'm teaching her how to use the remote to each device. I'm hooking it up to the. So yeah, I've done that before.
So let me ask you a question. So what if her mama looked like Kelly Rowland? And then she answered the door, and she, you know what I'm saying? She, she got her short shorts and she got her shirt tied up because she was just out there cleaning the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And she like, hook me up, Sky.
Well, then, let's put it like this. Every Friday, I'll be going across the street to look at Miss Parker. That's what we're going to do. Where you going? I'm going over, because that would be my code name for it. Like, I'm going to Miss Parker house. That's where I'm going.
Oh, my God, man. Ladies, I'm telling y'all, man. And it ain't just y'all son. It ain't just y'all sons' friends you got to worry about. Y'all daughters' boyfriends, man. Like, if you know, like, look, man, if you a mama, you know you a fine mama. And some of y'all, there's not a lot. So don't let this go to a lot of y'all head. Because some of y'all be like, we in our 40s and we look better than people in our 20s. No, you don't. You're lying to yourself. No, you don't. Them women is off the market unless they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Only women that's like that and they still on the market, they crazy. There's some kind of mental issue. Because dudes that meet somebody in their 40s and look like they're in their 20s, literally, that woman is not on the market. She not. First and foremost. Second of all, why are y'all trying to be in your 40s and look like you're in your 20s? It's okay to be in your 40s. You know what I'm saying? Why do you got to compete with your damn kid? Why do you want your kids' friends looking at your ass? You know what I'm saying? And then you dropping shit on purpose. You know, ass cheek all out. Dirty bastards. Y'all know, and you look good, how the etiquette that you should have around your kids' friends and their significant others. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be damned, man. I'll be damned if I go introduce somebody to my daddy and then he there with nut chops on. You know what I'm saying? He up there with nut busters on. You know what I'm saying? Dick hanging all out of his shorts. Talking about, hey, nice to meet you, and shaking her hand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
The thought of that is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But what even will be more terrifying is if she got some off of that. Like, ooh, this daddy packing. Oh shit, bitch, what?
Hey Rachel, how you doing? And again, I can only say what I would do at the time, because when I was growing up, we didn't have that. You know, but if we had that back then, man, I don't know what I would have done. But we didn't have that back then. You know,
because you know what we had to deal with back then. You know what we had, and our friends, man, I had some dirty ass friends. Let me tell you. They know that your ass is busy or you can't come out early in the morning. And you know when they would show up?
Miss you too. When?
You know when they would show up?
When is that?
Early in the morning, when they know your mama got her nightgown and shit still on. Talk about, can he come out and play? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. What we gonna play at 7 o'clock in the morning? I ain't even had my Cheerios or Frosted Flakes. You know my mama ain't dressed. She come to the door with a nightcoat on, you know what I'm saying? A nightgown on, breasts hanging out of it. Talk about, he can't come out right now. You want something to eat? Hell no, he don't need nothing to eat. Take his little ass home and eat. Some of my friends are sick. Do what y'all was doing.
Whenever, Rachel, I don't know, are you waiting for me to talk to Johnny to get booked, or just the next time I'm in Indiana? You're right. And so that's what I'm saying. So imagine if the technology today we had back then when me and you was coming up, you know, that would have just been the weirdest situations ever, because I've been put in weird situations, but I didn't know about it. Now, like I told you, I went over people's mama's houses when they wasn't there to help them hook up, whatever. Now, imagine if I would have seen that woman online half naked before I went over there. Then there's a whole different. I don't know if I would have went or what. I'd have been like, this is going to be very awkward. Because see, back then your mom could be a freak, but nobody would know, because there's no internet, there's no Instagram, there's no Twitter, there's no TikTok. The only way you gonna find out if you was just the lucky one, catch that woman on the right day. Man. Now she can go online and show the whole world.
Yeah, nobody would know,
and everybody knows.
Man,
everybody would know.
It's scary, man.
See, the only way we knew what was going on was from the nosy neighbors.
You can't get it offline if you pay. There are people who have paid people to take things offline and they can't scrub it.
Right.
They can't get it offline.
That's right. The only way we would know what was going on if the nosy neighbors would tell off on the woman.
That's absolutely nuts.
We would be at school and the husbands at the time would be at work. So the nosy neighbors that sat on the porches would say, who's that guy going over there in her house at 12 in the afternoon? That's the third dude this week that is pulled up in that same car. So this is when it would get around the neighborhood. Okay, that woman over there might be a freak. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we would have never known. Never know.
Man.
Yeah.
You got it, man. I'm so glad technology wasn't around when I was a little kid. And I know we was little kids, man. Sometimes we act like we forgot what it was to be a little kid. But I mean, when I was in 5th grade, you know, even when I was 5 and 6, I knew enough. You know what I'm saying? I knew enough. And yeah, remember back then when we were like 7, 8 years old, some of them mamas, right, was like at 30, and a lot of them, I ain't gonna say a lot of them. Let me go back. There were a few of them that looked good. I'm talking about their early 30s looked better, literally, than a lot of females' early 20s. And we would look at them googly eyed. We'd be having an eye on them. You know what I'm saying? Hoping. So we knew we had no chance. You know what I'm saying? But we was hoping for one. Fast forward now these kids really got chances. Think about it. The chances that we wish we would have had, these dudes really got them chances.
I mean, yeah, because think about it. I mean, now people can DM your mama. Like back then, all you had was a house phone.
Man.
So nobody was fair call the house phone because you don't know who was going to answer. But now, if I'm Facebook friends with your mama, I know I'm DMing your mama. Now, if I know she has a husband, maybe he has her phone. But if I know she's single, no husband, no man, and I DM your mama, I know I'm DMing your mama. Back then when me and him was coming up, you had to call that house phone that hung up on the wall. And you don't know who was going to answer that.
Right.
Like, oh, my bad, wrong number. Click. You know what I'm saying? Like, my bad. You know, an advertising agency. Would you like to buy a Tennessee? You know, just whatever and hang up the phone.
Now they can send your mama a D pic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Back then, you could send them you had to send them a Polaroid. You had to send a Polaroid right there, snap it, shake it, and then give it to them. But now you can literally go in her inbox with a D pic. That's scary. You go into somebody's mom and with a D pic.
Yep.
You know?
That's absolutely, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So now it's just this technology is easy access. Easy access, you know, and those who had to hide in the dark as we were coming up, there's no longer they have to hide anymore.
Right.
Because I don't know if you know about this, but the first thing to bring all these people out was Craigslist. You remember when Craigslist first came out?
Yeah.
2000s? Well, Craigslist was supposed to help folks find jobs, to network people who was looking for jobs. Well, the back end page, what they called them online, was when they decided to, hey, men want men, women want men, threesome, swinging, and that's how they started connecting back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So that was the catalyst way before TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. Yep. But prior to Craigslist, you had to do some work. To get to what you want now. Like you said, it's just a click of a button.
It's so accessible.
And so,
you know what I'm saying? And let me tell y'all, because I access and I frequent surf all platforms for the most part, a lot of them. And I'm telling y'all what I've learned. What's going on is people use those particular, like Instagram. They use Instagram as a means for people to get in touch with them through other ways, right? Like WhatsApp or Telegram. So it'll go from you connect on one site and then move elsewhere. And it's wild, man. It is real wild. And a lot of these females, they be thinking, just like a lot of y'all be having sex with y'all kids in the bed. Because y'all kid, y'all be like, well, he don't know what's going on. The baby is a couple months old. You know what I'm saying? Well, the difference is when that stuff hit the internet, they may not remember that. But when they hit the internet, they may not know it now. But that shit gonna hunt your ass when you least suspect it. It is, man.
Yep. And that's why you gotta be careful with yourself, right? So you know how people take just selfies and pictures. I don't even take pictures of myself on my own phone because I don't know, somebody might hack your phone way in another country. They ain't gotta be at your phone. Way in another country, get into your phone and find photos that you was never going to share. Ever going to share. So don't ever do stupid stuff like take pictures of yourself naked on your cell phone and be like, I just want to take this picture because 6 months later, when I lose weight, I just want to compare. Okay, well, somebody gets into your phone, hacks your phone, and gets that picture and put it up there. It's on. It's over for the rest. Is it?
Man, for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's absolutely so. Don't you better have a burner phone where you take pictures of yourself and it ain't active, it ain't bouncing off of no towers, nothing. Because the phone that you use on the everyday AT&T Verizon, them better be the cleanest pictures you've ever taken in your life. You better be taking pictures of birds and koala bears at the zoo. I mean, all type of stuff.
Man,
Because folks is hacking.
I know we getting ready to leave in a minute. I heard this saying that was powerful. I was like, I got to share this. It says, men fall in love with looks, and that's why women wear makeup. Women fall in love with what they hear, and that's why men tell lies. I was like, oh, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to go ahead, and I heard that saying, and I was like, that shit been playing in my head over and over. So, Sky, man, say any last thing to him, man? Like, what do you got going on for the rest of the week?
What we got going on this week? Nothing. Let's see. I gotta give a shout out to my youngest son. His birthday is March 16th, and then my mama's birthday is March 19th. So this weekend, I'm gonna get together and have everybody together. I don't know where the hell we're going to eat, but it's on me. Treating everybody.
I got you.
Because usually other people's birthdays is in like November, January, and it's cold. Don't feel like getting together. March is a good month to get everybody together. So once a year, I do this to get everybody together or whatever. But other than that, man, I just keeping up with the radio tonight. Don't forget the radio shows tonight. We have new music. Don't forget the CEO Cartel podcast will come on sometime this week when I'm just up and I can't go to sleep or whatever. What else? Who else we got coming up? March. We are in March. I'm sorry. March the 23rd. I'll be at Swag. And then April I'll be at Swag and No Limit Pro. And then back in May I'll be at Top Rope. And April 13th I'll be in Arkansas wrestling. My first time ever wrestling in Arkansas is April 13th. So the reason we won't be at Top Rope April 6th is because we'll be in Philadelphia. And everybody knows what's going on in Philadelphia. April 5th and 6th is WrestleMania.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so we'll be there. So yeah. So those are a few little events I got coming up, man. Just, that's just about it. Nothing exciting.
I got you, man. Me the same thing. Well, this weekend, I do got something really good coming this weekend.
Okay.
So our second album, they got songs that made our group back in Ohio legendary.
What's
that
up,
album? A good friend of mine got that album. And
is that the one you took a picture of on Facebook?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get that. Yep, it's cassette. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I'm gonna find a studio that got an ADAT player that can take that and turn them into MP3 files and sell. Because people have been asking me for years about that album. And a friend of mine had it, man. Me and him was rapping. I'm gonna pay him to take it down there, pay the studio to get it sent back to me in zip files. So I'm looking forward to that, man.
Wow. Okay, so hold on. Was it a cassette you took a picture of, or
it was a cassette? It was a cassette. Okay.
But you said you took it with somebody who had an ADAT player?
Yeah, a studio. So what I did is I called a studio because studios have all that, right?
Yeah.
And so I took it to a studio. I'm gonna have it taken to a studio and have them re-record the files and break them up and send them to me in zip files.
Gotcha. Can I do that?
Yeah, that stuff. If you got the equipment, it can be done. Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I knew cassettes back then were weird. Because when we was doing music and cassettes, once it got back then they weren't even calling them bouncing down and disc and files. But once it got on the cassette, you couldn't take the audio file off a cassette. That was like a final thing back then. So I didn't know that you could do that.
Well, with computers now, You know, man, if you can record it, you can do anything. It's just a matter of recording it. And so if they can put it in something that can record the sound from the cassette to the computer, it's easy. It'll take a long time, but it's easy.
Man, technology just came a long way. Good
It
Lord.
sure have.
First of all, I remember when we first recorded, we had an ADAT player. There was two different kinds, right? There was the one that looked like a VCR. That's the one we had. And then he had the one that still looked like a VCR, but in the middle, it had a little compartment where you could put a small ADAT tape in it.
Right.
So you had the big ADAT tape, and then you could have a small ADAT tape. And it only gave us 4 channels, Damo. 4. Do you hear me? That ADAT player only recorded 4 channels. So it was no stopping, plugging in, rewinding. You had to do your verse just straight through because we only had 4 channels now. One channel was for the beat. The next channel was for your verses and vocals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I remember those ADAT days. Woo, and then trying to bounce it down. Oh my God, it was terrible. I was so glad when I got Pro Tools. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Man. And see, Sway, he had to go to he had went to a studio, a digital studio. It was a guy named Tom Hanna had a Primetime Studio. This is in the late 90s.
Right.
And it's $1 million, $1.5 million studio. I think it was more than that, honestly. But he got training from him.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And see, nowadays, I don't even know what people are recording on there. I remember I was at Guitar Center, and at the time, they was at Pro Tools 15. And they don't even use inboxes no more, man. They got flash drives that has every Pro Tools software from Pro Tools 1 up to 15. That damn thing, that damn thing was like $600, and you just stick it in like a flash drive, and there you go. You can use any Pro Tools, any mastering system, anything you wanted, and you hook your microphone somehow up, however you gonna hook your microphone. But I grew up, you had to have an inbox or an interface to use these softwares. Now you don't even have to have that. So I'm thinking, I remember they had cell phones to where you could download a beat, record your vocal over the cell phone. It might have been like the first iPhones. And then it had the little equalizers in there, so you could get it together, right then and there, record it and engineer it, and then put it straight up on iTunes. I was like, this is so watered down. This is why they got so many bad artists out here, because you have given them such an easy avenue to do it.
I think that's the con of the new age, because it made it easy for anybody to do music. Even the cast is not serious. It's made it to where they don't have to put in work.
No.
Back then, we literally had to save money to get specific equipment to be able to do stuff with.
My ADAT player was $250. I bought it out of a pawn shop. Do you hear me? A pawn shop. Then I had to go buy a mixer. Then I had to go buy the mic, the stand, the pop filter. But back in the day, we had those little plastic white cups. You cut a hole at the back of them, and you put like a sock or like a stocking, and that would be your pop filter until you was able to go buy one.
Right.
I didn't know if I had one sitting on here or not. But anyway, so that was your pop filter until you had to go buy one. So we did it the old school way and the new school way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why I say today, I don't know if people still record on their digital audio workspace, or do people still pay? Because down in Nashville, they was charging anywhere from $75 to $200 an hour, depending on downtown Nashville where you wanted to go. And that was just to lay your vocals, man. That wasn't even mixing. Mixing was something different. Mastering was something different. Bringing in other musicians to get on the song was something different. You could end up spending thousands of dollars for one song.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like 2004. I was like, man. So I guess nowadays people just, how do folks record now? Like, I don't even ask folks how they record. They just send me the music.
Right. I have no idea. I know with our situation, like you were saying, I'm here in Tennessee. My brother in Ohio, a good friend of ours, is in Georgia. So we wrapped our lyrics. I use my phone, my cell phone, to wrap my lyrics on Emergency and sent them to him. And he did the rest. That's how crazy it is now.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Imagine we ain't even in the studio. Not only are we weren't in the studio, we weren't even in the same city.
Yeah. That is super powerful for technology, man. There's no more super producers. You know, back in the day, you went to the producer's house or his studio, and y'all spent 2-3 days together getting that song together. Because while you rapping and telling him your vision, he is tweaking that track to you. Right. Now they just make the track, put as an MP3, and basically with hip hop, they just looping the damn thing. Send it to you, and then there you go. I done spent $50 for a beat. There's the beat right there. And then I record, put it together, and put it out. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it's cool for those that can't afford it. But like I said, the con was you open the doors to a lot of folks who just, who would have never, ever been able to get into the music industry because back in the 90s and stuff, it was expensive. Once they did Pro Tools and what is it called? Fruit Loops or Fruity Loops? Man.
Yes, Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, Reason,
Ableton, GarageBand. I mean, all this stuff, man. GarageBand's really good. But they did all this stuff. Just like the movie industry now. Yeah. Your iPhone 15 could shoot in 4K. Do you know that?
Wow.
Yes. You can go out here and shoot like you, Cameron. I forgot his name. Cameron, the guy that did Titanic. What was his name?
I know who you're talking about, but he used
James
that?
Cameron. James, you go ahead and shoot like you James Cameron or somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yes. Yeah. No more hype.
Cell phones is unique. I've never even, let me tell you, and you can tell if you watch the video I did carefully, you can tell that I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur in videography. But that was the first video, the emergency, that's the first video I ever did, period.
Yeah, I used to try to edit.
And it's complicated.
Yeah, I used to try to edit music videos on a software when I bought this laptop. And it took some skill and learning. And this was before YouTube, man. This was before I could go on YouTube and find out. I had to literally days and days and days F up, mess up, and finally get it together. Right. My problem was the camera I was using was terrible. It was like standard. It wasn't no high def. But if I had a high def or 4K, what I was doing, let's say back in 2009, my videos would have looked good. I just didn't have the camera. I finally learned how to edit, but I just didn't have the camera to do it. So, you know.
Yeah, because this summer, for the Chrome and Crystal, I plan on changing up another intro for the show, and I'm gonna do another video. I'm just waiting for the weather to break where I can go ahead and do that, man.
Right. Yeah. So I was like, man, I see why people get these phones and things like that, man. These phones nowadays, one phone, just one.
You can do a lot with it.
Has more power in it than every computer that ever came out in 1978. Or just through the whole 80s. You take every computer that was in people's homes in the 80s. That could be 2-3 million computers. You combine them all together, and they still is not as strong as one iPhone 15. Just one.
Right.
It's the equivalent of 2-3 million computers in the 80s.
It's amazing, man, how far technology has come.
Yeah.
Even more interesting than imagine in the next 20 years. Think about how far it's come in this 20 years and then where it could be in the next. It's kind of scary if you ask me, man.
It is. It is real scary. Because depending on who, like a movie, is it going to be in the hands of a superhero or is it going to be in the hands of a villain? You know what I'm saying? So depending on who gets it. Depending on who gets it, you know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. But yeah, it's going to evolve, man. It's going to evolve. And it's going to get to the point where we're going to be slaves to our own creation.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, they were talking about
that. They want planes to fly by themselves. They want cars to drive by themselves.
They already working on that.
Total Recall. You've been watching Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger? And she woke up and the little screen just opened. Hello, this is what we're going to do today. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's crazy.
That's crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, it is, man. So y'all be careful. As good as technology is, one lady told me a long time ago, she said smartphones is making us stupid. Because without your phone, you are lost.
Yep.
Back then,
it's not only making us stupid, it's turning us into ass.
Think about it. Yes. So back then I had a phone book. I had a Rolodex. I had to at least remember 5 numbers. 5. So
you can't even remember one now, can you?
Yeah, I can't remember none. And just in case I got in trouble, I would know who to call. This is what they taught you in school. We actually had a homework assignment to where we had to remember 5 numbers, who the number belonged to, and the relationships. And then once we got a grade for it, we had to keep it on us all the time in our backpacks and stuff, just in case if you got in trouble. Now I can't remember a number. 911 is about it. You know,
not 911.
Yeah,
not 911, Scott.
911, man, that's sad. You lose
oh
your
my
phone,
God, you is not lying. You is not lying, man.
Man, that's crazy. Because you don't have to remember them all. All I gotta say is, hey, Bixby, call such and such. You know, all that old stuff.
Could you imagine if this shit ever went out?
Have been updated.
Huh?
Could you imagine if this all went out? Like if the whole computer system crashed?
Yeah. Y2K.
It's very possible.
Yeah, it is. They talk about that all the time. If an asteroid or a meteorite hits these satellites up in space,
that's it,
and knock everything out, it'll be like The Walking Dead. Because when people was watching The Walking Dead, you remember the show we did, and I told you that Aliens was about AIDS, because people didn't know enough about AIDS. The AIDS itself was the alien. The Walking Dead wasn't about the dead people. It was about the living. What do you do when the norm is no longer the norm?
Right.
That was the scary part, not the people that's chasing you, trying to eat you, because you could just kill them, hit them in the head. But what do you do when you wake up every day? There's no schools, there's no police, there's no food, there's no Kroger's, there's no Walmart, there's no toilets. What do you do when the world has literally came to an end? And that's what The Walking Dead was about. How do you survive?
Some scary stuff, man.
It is. And if we all depend on technology, well, most of the world, and something happens, a lot of us is just SOL.
Yep.
Yeah. But because of technology, me and you get to do this every Tuesday. The National Caveman Podcast.
Man,
throw
we
some light on there. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Yep. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Man, I know this week, I'm trying to get off. If y'all know anybody that wasn't interested in buying product, I got some product now. I don't have time to sell it, but I got a lot of it. From socks to fragrances to handbags to even eye tags. If you know somebody that wants to buy that in a bulk for about $150, $200, just reach out to me, man. I need to get it gone because I need the space. Okay? So that's it for me, man.
That's it. I just want to give did you have any birthday shout out? Let me give a shout out to Miranda, Rachel, David, and Christy Cobb. Thank y'all for commenting and watching. Shout out to anybody who has a birthday today. I won't know until I open up Facebook and they'll tell me. And hey, Lord willing, man, we'll be back next Tuesday with some more subjects. And y'all think about the stuff that we telling y'all. It's the reason why we telling y'all is that this is happening, man. If we telling y'all that this girl's mama has married her boyfriend, that's just the ones we caught. There's a lot of it going on that nobody knows nothing about. That's just what you caught. She decided to come out on Facebook or Twitter, TikTok or whatever and tell that story. What about the girls that it's happened to that ain't said a word?
Because it's one thing that if you bring a friend over to your house, ladies, Imagine if you brought a friend over to your house and then your friend slept with your daddy. That's nightmarish in itself. But imagine, you know what I'm saying, if you brought your boyfriend and your boyfriend married your mama.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Right. So it goes back to what show was that we were doing, and the girl got pregnant by the mama's husband.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one we found out about. What about all the girls that have done this and nobody knows anything about? She done slept with the mama's husband, and she done told the mama she got pregnant by somebody else. So this whole time she's lying. The stepdad know that's his child, but that's the biggest secret they keeping in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and this is something, man. I get it. I know I hate to sound like a broken record, but I get it. Okay, you gonna have sex, fine, but to do it without protection, like, can we at least start thinking about consequences? You know what I'm saying? There's too much on the shelf. There's too many products on the shelf. Can we please just start protecting ourselves? If we're gonna be raunchy and we're gonna, be nasty and whatever, fine. But at least be smart when doing it. Don't just go in everybody can't go in raw, man. I'm saying everybody can't go on you raw, and you can't go into everybody raw.
I agree 100%. That's one to grow on. You was right about that. And I always ask how are condoms still in existence? Because with so many diseases out here and so many babies, nobody's using condoms. Well,
yeah, like, who using them? I wonder how many they throw away a year.
That's what I'm saying. Because they do have expiration dates. So next time y'all in Walmart and y'all go in the condom sections, turn on the back of them, and they do have expiration dates. So if they don't sell all these condoms, like you said, what they do is throw them away, giving them to the Goodwill. Like, what do you do with expired condoms?
Ladies, I advise for y'all to even practice with them. Get you an old soda bottle. You know, the ones that you need the cap removal. Get you one of them. Go buy you some condoms, and then figure out what size goes where. Because, man, y'all need to know just as much as we need to know.
Yeah.
So these dudes, they ain't got no daddy. Y'all put a little bit more experience than that. Y'all, please, y'all with it. Because some of y'all acting like y'all, come on now. Y'all got double-digit and triple-digit bodies. You get with a dude and he ain't like he don't know any better, show him. Show him.
Education. And that's a good way to educate yourself. Coke bottle. We was educated with a banana and a sex ed. You know, whatever you have to do. The whole premise is protect yourself. If you ain't in a situation where you can handle the consequences, it's like gambling. If I don't have any reserves, why am I going to go and gamble all my money away and I ain't got nothing in the bank to back it up? If you are struggling in this
for the people way in the back.
Yeah. If you are struggling in life, the last thing you need to do is have unprotected sex. That's it. And I know too many people are like that. They ain't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of, but yet they laying on their backs having unprotected sex. I mean, I know this as of today. Like, that's just crazy. So the only people that suffer is just the children. That's it.
That's all I be saying. And it's not to, throw stones at anybody, because we all grown. So if we got to have it, we got to have it. But can we have it in a more smart, intellectual way? That's all I'm saying. Can we be smart about it?
I agree 100%. I agree right there. So, but hey, again, everybody, y'all have a great week, man. I wish y'all nothing but more blessings every day that y'all wake up.
Most definitely. And as I always say, the only thing guaranteed in life is death. So don't worry about things that you can't have no control over. Some things is out of your control. Don't let it worry you.
Right.
Our words of wisdom. So, man, y'all have a good rest of the week, man. We'll be right back next week with more. If you're on Bigo, you can follow me on Bigo. My ID is big_Damo. So BIG_DAMO. If you on Bigo, y'all see the little dinosaur? Y'all been seeing the commercials for Bigo. Y'all on there, man, follow me, all right? because we're gonna have a lot of these discussions on there.
That's what's up. And shout out to Kobe, man. Whatever y'all about to do one now, getting off, or y'all doing one tomorrow?
Man, I'm gonna reach out to him and we getting ready to do one within an hour or two.
Okay, I should be watching that one. So shout out to him and what y'all about to do, because I know it's about to be great.
Oh yeah, you know we gonna hack the fool on there too. Hack the fool on there too. We gotta have fun with it. Even though we do be talking about serious topics, we gotta have fun, man. I do want to give a shout out. Shout out to Tasha Nicole. I'm going to be advertising and helping her advertise her business on here. If you guys have a business, if y'all would like to sponsor the Nashville Caveman Podcast, please reach out to me or reach out to Sky. We would love to promote your business. I don't care if you got a wrestling event, if you got a business, a small business, whatever it is, man. As long as it's, you know, man, it got to have some kind of class, though. We don't want to be too far out. Like, we don't want no left wing or far right wing agendas on our platform. All right? We don't want nothing crazy. But if you got something that you want to promote, man, go ahead. You want to sponsor us? Go ahead, reach out to me or Sky, and we'll just go ahead and help you. All right? But thank y'all for tuning in. Till next Tuesday, we are out.
Bye,
Peace, love, and everything else.